Hello everybody, welcome back. One of the most unique careers in the Star Citizen universe is going to be the career of passenger transport. Not only because your main job will be to transport NPC and players from one location to another, but mainly because this is going to be a peaceful activity, meant for players that don't want to fight with or against other players, and they simply want to enjoy the ride and admire the wonders of the Star Citizen universe. To properly perform this activity, you will need to fly a specialized vessel, a vessel that will be capable to perform this activity successfully. And right now we know that later in the Star Citizen universe, when this activity is going to be implemented, there will be at least two such vessels, the 890 Jump and the Genesis Starliner. And this is where I would like to focus today on their stats, capabilities and their main differences, in order to try and understand which one of these two vessels is the best for the passenger transport career, but also the best for you if you also want to perform other activities later or at the same time. Before we go ahead and take a look at these two vessels, I think it will be nice to talk a bit about the passenger transport activity, based of course on the info we have right now. In order to start performing this activity, all you need to do is to obtain a license at the government office of the various landing zones from which you wish to operate. After that, you're pretty much ready to start transporting NPC and players from one location to the other, the locations that you have chosen, of course. And this is exactly what makes this career fascinating for me. The freedom to choose the details of your journey. You can choose the location from where you will start your journey, and of course you can choose your destination. You can even customize your vessel in order to have the appropriate customers aboard it. If you want VIP, you can have more entertainment aboard your vessel and more luxurious interiors, or you can go with a more standard model if you want normal passengers, normal NPC and players. This will of course affect the price of the ticket, which again you can adjust at the levels that you want. Obviously, if you set the ticket too high, then probably you will not attract a lot of customers and you want customers aboard your vessel in order to be successful in the end in the activity of passenger transport. Overall, in this activity there are 4 classes of comfort: coach, business, first class and luxury, and you can choose which one you want depending on what kind of passengers you want aboard your vessel. Like I have mentioned already, you have many options to customize and upgrade your ship, from beverages and entertainment to medical treatment. And the more upgrades you do, the better the upgrades and the better the services you are offering to your customers, the better customers you are going to attract, customers that will be willing to spend more money. Your success in this activity relies heavily on your reputation and how you treat customers. If you are delivering your passengers to their destination with safety, your reputation is going to be really high, and this is going to be good for business. Safety is very important, but not the only important factor. Satisfaction levels are also very important. And one thing that you have to remember is that the more prestigious your clients, your passengers, the more entertainment they are going to require. Entertainment and services. Not only in the form of beverages and food, but also in the form of movies, luxurious interior, and of course the existence of services like medical treatment, just in case it will be needed. Something else we really need to mention about this activity is that although a specialized vessel will be required in order to perform it properly, and if you want to be the master of your journey, you can start even if you don't own one of these vessels. There will be the possibility to be hired as a pilot by an NPC organization, an NPC corporation, and make some money while testing this activity, testing this career, deciding if this career is the career for you, if you want to follow it later, and even turn it into your main form of occupation in the Star Citizen universe. Let's go ahead now and take a better look at these two vessels, starting with the 890 Jump, which is a luxurious spacecraft and impressive space yacht that will help you and your passengers travel in style and admire the beauties of the verse. The 890 jump has a maximum crew of 5 persons, its length is at 123 meters, its mass is at 2,500 kilograms, and its cargo capacity is at 360 units. The Genesis Starliner, on the other hand, is the most common transport ship in the VES, and its main role could be considered the passenger transport activity. It also has a lot of upgrading options, from more fuel-efficient engines to larger fuel tanks and additional storage space for consumables and spare parts. The available model right now of the Genesis Starliner has a maximum crew of 8 persons, its length is at 85 meters, its mass is at 275,625 kilograms, and its cargo capacity is at 403 units. The obvious first difference between the 890 jump and the Genesis Starliner has to do with the default loadout, their default loadout and what they offer in their default model. The 890 jump is more of a luxurious yacht, better for transporting around VIP or elite guests that are willing to pay the appropriate price. It is equipped with a number of features that will entertain your guests, like a fully equipped spa, a luxurious interior designed to create a unique and impressive environment, special VIP rooms, and of course comfortable areas for both passengers and crew. The Genesis Starliner default model now has a capacity of 40 passengers and 8 crew, but there are several configurations. You can have a luxury, mid-range, the default model, or an essential model depending on your goals, what you want to achieve and what kind of passengers you want aboard your vessel. So you can modify your Genesis Starliner in order to have more luxurious interiors, VIP rooms, and turn it into a model closer to the 890 jump. Both of these vessels have upgrading options, and you can modify the interiors and the services you will offer to your clients, to your passengers, but in general, from the default model, it is obvious that the 890 jump is a much better option for VIP passengers, while the Genesis Starliner seems to be more suitable for commercial use and the overall activity of passenger transport. The passenger transport activity is going to be a peaceful activity at its core, but unfortunately the verse is going to be full of dangers. So you will always have to be prepared, and these two vessels have a very different approach when it comes to defense and offensive weaponry. Let's take a quick look at the equipment they are carrying for that purpose. The 890 jump has 6 main and 10 maneuvering thrusters with systems that will adjust the ship's balance in order to provide a smooth ride, while the Genesis Starliner will have 4 main and 16 maneuvering thrusters. It seems that the 890 jump is going to be slightly or more faster than the Genesis Starliner, so it can take you to your destination as fast as possible, something that could help the 890 jump to escape from danger as well. The 890 jump has a maximum size 6 power plant, the size 6 shield, and as for its weaponry, it has a lethal array of offensive weapons, 5 turrets, 1 covering its blind spot, 2 missile launchers with 6 size 3 missiles each, and a pair of point defense batteries. Its hull is also going to be very strong, able to withstand any attack, and it also comes with standardized docking hatches for ship-to-ship or EVA needs that will provide protection from unwanted entry. The Genesis Starliner, on the other hand, gives emphasis to power management and defense, and this is why it comes with 6 size 7 power plants, 2 size 7 shields, and only 1 hardpoint, a size 5 hardpoint that will probably mostly be used to scare away opponents rather than killing them. And like the 890 jump, it is again a sturdy and heavy ship with decent armor that is going to be able to withstand attacks. It is obvious that their approach when it comes to combat is very different. The 890 jump has better weaponry and offensive capabilities and can deal with pirates, make them regret attacking it. If you are flying an 890 jump, you could rely to your heavy weaponry to not only destroy your opponents and scare them away, but also you could rely to the supposedly very good speed of this space yacht in order to escape from very dangerous situations. The Genesis now is focusing more on defense and keeping its passengers alive, and this is exactly why it comes with 6 size 7 power plants in order to keep not only the 2 size 7 shields running, but also all the other required systems such as life support systems. The size 5 hardpoint of the Genesis has as a main goal to keep away wannabe attackers rather than destroying hostile vessels, but I believe it could be possible to destroy some vessels, smaller vessels that are trying to get closer and deploy borders. The overall goal of the Genesis Starliner in a situation like this is to remain alive, to keep all the systems up and running until you can get out of the area eventually, or for the reinforcements to come and assist you. In a universe like the universe of Star Citizen, it is logical to want to have variety and of course more options. So what other activities these two vessels can perform is going to play a huge role in your decision in which one of these two vessels you're going to choose. Some more features of the 890 jump we have to mention is the robust communication array to always be in contact and a full spectrum sensor array from Wheelshop for exploration needs. It also comes with a snub fighter, the 85X, that will help you perform several tasks. It will not only be an excellent option for passenger transport, but I can see it being used as a command center for an organization or fleet, coordinating action. After all, it comes with two bridges, one normal bridge for traveling and one battle bridge for combat. And since its default loadout comes with exploration specialized equipment, it can also be used in order to explore the vessel with a crew full of NPC or with some of your friends. The 85X snub fighter is mostly used to transport passengers from and to the 890 jump, but it can also be used in order to check points of interest during exploration trips or areas the 890 jump can't approach. Another role that I can see this vessel perform with ease is that of the mothership for a racing team, carrying around a couple of racing vessels like the M50 or the Razor, going from one system to another, participating in races in order to make money. The Genesis' main role is that of passenger transport, but thanks to its high level of modularity, it is possible to change the interior entirely, and even turn it into a cargo hauling vessel or a troops transport for the needs of your organization. I can see Genesis Starliner being used very easily by organizations for support roles in order to transfer personnel, but also supplies to areas that are needed. It could also be turned into a patrol hunter-killer, fill it with snub fighters or light fighters and use it in that way. The Genesis Starliner, like the 890 jump, can be again modified in order to carry racing vessels and be used as a mobile base for a racing team. Outside of passenger transport, the Genesis Starliner I think is going to be an excellent option for organizations that need ships for support roles, while the 890 jump seems suitable mostly for solo players that want to travel around with ease, fast and with more offensive capabilities. These were the 890 jump and the Genesis Starliner, two excellent vessels for the passenger transport carrier that can also perform other activities thanks to their unique equipment, capabilities and upgrading options. I would love to know if you are going to try the passenger transport activity, when it will be implemented in the game, and which one of these two vessels is going to be your number one option. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove and I will see you around the verse. Bye bye.